SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information. We are previewing Week 5 in college football here at SBR Forum Videos, and we are talking right now with Steve from collegefootballwinning.com, regular returning guest, and he's going to give us a lean he has on Troy at Duke. Steve, thanks for being back with us this week.
Thank you for having me back, Peter.
All right, how are things going at collegefootballwinning.com this year?
I think they're going pretty well. This past week, we were 66.67% against the spread for our paid picks. And lifetime, we are 59.26% going into this season against the spread. If people would like to join us watching this video, I hope they do. We are offering 20% off for SBR viewers. Any membership that we're offering, they just put in coupon code SBR20, that's SBR20, and they'll get 20% off of anything. I believe we're the only service that focuses only on college football that also offers a 100% money-back guarantee on the entire season.
Okay, sounds good. Duke, an 11.5-point home favorite. That's up from a bit from 9.5, total 68. Duke, of course, coming off of that crazy high-scoring loss to Pitt. They played pretty well there. They gave up a lot of big plays. So that's two tough losses in a row from Duke. Is this going to be a bounce-back situation for them? The market seems to think so, at least at 9.5. Troy got blasted by Mississippi State last week. Maybe they're a little bit outmatched here. If they are, maybe Duke gets a double-digit win. Is that how you see it?
I do see it that way.
Okay.
Head coach David Cutcliffe at Duke, he at home against the spread is 55.88%, so he's profitable at home. Now you look at how David Cutcliffe at Duke has done as a home favorite, which is where they are in this position. He's 9-3. He's in his 6th season. 9-3 against the spread, 75% against the spread. We really like that. Now, head coach on the other side at Troy, Larry Blakeney's in his 23rd season there. In the last 5 years against the spread, he is 3-6. That's just 33.33% against the spread as a double-digit away underdog, which is the position they're in right here. Now, as you mentioned, Duke lost to Pitt last week, 58-55. But the key takeaway there is they lost by 3 points, and they had -4 for their turnover margin. -4 in that game, and they end up losing by just 3 points.
Yeah.
So if you set aside how horrendous that turnover margin is in a single game, the takeaway there is they're really doing something right to get within 3 points in a 58-55 game, the highest scoring loss in the history of Duke football. Well, Duke's turnover margin is obviously not good because of last week's game. Troy's is even worse. They are the 3rd worst team in turnover margin in the FBS. So if you're worried about Duke and turnover margin, you have to be more worried when it comes to Troy. Versus the FBS, this is Duke now, they are tied for 4th in red zone touchdown conversion percentage, while Troy's defense ranks 100th in the FBS defending that red zone. Once again, favorable for Duke, not looking good for Troy. Troy's defense is giving up 7.18 yards per play versus the FBS. That's 115th in the country, not good. David Cutcliffe at Duke likes to talk about invisible yards. What he means by that, largely special teams play. So they are averaging in punt returns 11th in the country. They are dangerous in those yards that people don't talk about on special teams. And this is Duke's homecoming. So you add that into the mix, and you know that Duke is not likely to take their foot off the gas pedal. The only hesitation we have in this, you said it's Duke minus 11.5. Yesterday it was hanging around at Duke minus 10.5. We have 8 commandments at collegefootballwinning.com, and one of them is we absolutely never bet against an away underdog of 10.5 points. So that's one of our 8 commandments. So if it hangs around at minus 10.5, we're actually going to back off of this. But right now, believe it or not, it's actually a better sign that's hanging out at Duke minus 11.5.
Okay, well, you make a great argument, Steve. Homecoming for Duke. I like to hear that, so they're not going to, take this game lightly. Duke minus 11.5 it is. I'm agreeing with you, Steve. Thanks.
Thank you, Peter.